I was a dental student, I didn't know how my professors came into academics, how they were teaching me how to do dentistry. You know, when you're in college, you assume your professor goes to college. They sometimes do a PhD or do a master's, and that's how they're teaching you. But dental education is very different. And so I actually, when I was in dental school, there's an organization called ADEA, American Dental Education Association. That's actually the organization that houses your dental application at. And there was a student component of ADEA that I joined, and I started a focus group in dental school because I wanted to talk to my professors and find out, how did you get into academic dentistry? And what I found is that a lot of them, most of them had been out in private practice for 10, 15, 20 years and then decided to retire into academics. But there were a few who came into academics a little bit earlier and they were younger. So I had that knowledge of what dental academics looks like and how you could get into it. And so when I was in residency, I was kind of knew I was interested in teaching. My mother was a teacher. There was some interest there, but I always thought, you know what, I'm going to go to private practice and I'm going to practice for 20 years and then I'll come back. And I did some lectures while I was in residency. I did some quizzes for the dental students, was a part of teaching them in our clinic, and I really enjoyed it. So when it came time for me to graduate from residency, our department chair approached me and said, hey, I know you're interested in academics. Would you like to stay on board as faculty? And I was like, wow, I didn't think about that so soon. I'm just getting out of residency. Now, I had done 2 years extra residency before pediatrics, so I had a little bit more experience than some people coming straight out of residency, but it's still kind of daunting. But I accepted the offer, so here I am. And, you know, it also gives me an opportunity to still practice and see patients. And so for the last 7 years after my residency, I was strictly with the Department of Pediatric Dentistry. I would see patients once a week, and then once a month go into the operating room, and we treat patients in the operating room. And then the rest of the days of the week, I'd be on the clinic floor. So we have residents who are training to be pediatric dentists, and I'd be the attending for those. I'm the attending for those residents and kind of overseeing the clinic and addressing concerns if they have any questions, or stepping in with a patient if they need to. But recently, this July, I was asked to step into the role of Director of Student Recruitment in the Department of Admissions. And I'd always been involved in the admissions department. I'm on the admissions committee. I like some of the pipeline programs and have been involved heavily in those. And so it was an exciting opportunity, but I did not want to lose my interaction with pediatric dentistry. So my role is a dual role currently. 50% of my week, I'm seeing patients or the attending on the floor for our residents, and the other 50%, I'm in this role. And so what I do in this role is mentoring, advising, recruiting students. So students are interested in coming here for dental school, teaching them more about what our school is all about and giving them more information. And then I'm over our pipeline programs. Those are our summer programs that exist to introduce elementary, middle, high schoolers, college students to dentistry, get some hands-on exposure, and to also get underrepresented minorities into dentistry, or those who first generation students, those who are typically underrepresented in a health career field, to understand what dentistry is all about. So I kind of do both jobs now.